see, man, that's probably what I need. Somebody to get after me. I'll tell you it's fine. I've got the video too. Oh my God. No wonder I haven't gone. I'll go next year. We got one more year. This team will come in lunch playing good bad. It was in the last few games by big margins. They're not going to see it. By 30. Like Parker could be tactics and whatever. He's got all his 27 games. Yeah, I didn't try to get in here for the shooting game. So I wasn't looking forward to it. They are, right? But the shooting game, when you get on the road up there, there's whole students, like the picture on one side, that's a band.
was won a close game. Nope, nope, and nope. 1,500 people have looked at that story because they wanted to see what I was talking about with all the nopes. But that's kind of like tonight. Are we going to have close games? Well, it could be yep, yep, and yep, or it could be nope, nope, and nope. Certainly Dixie favorite in this game that we're about to do here at the hangar. Certainly Desert Hills be favored as they take on 1 and 5 Cedar. And then over there at Snow Canyon, the Warriors.
No doubt about it.
The Warriors gave Pineview a pretty good game first time around, but I think Pineview felt like they underperformed in that one, and Snow Canyon has been kind of hard to figure this year.
Very hard to figure. By the way, good evening and welcome. Glad to have you along with us here tonight. We certainly appreciate all of our sponsors who make our broadcast possible. And tonight we got the Triple Cast going, so we're excited to be on TV, be on the internet, and of course be on the radio. I was talking with some people earlier today about Region 9, and we've definitely seen the split. I mean, 6 teams, and you've really got 3 moving out, 3 struggling just a little bit. But somebody's got to step up in that lower tier, and from what I've seen, I think Hurricane might be the one that's going to do the stepping. They're looking better as they move along, but they've got a little ways to go.
And talking with other coaches around the region about Hurricane, Wade Turley, Ryan Cuff, Ryan Eves, they said one thing about the Tigers, of course, they have the 2 great scorers,
right,
in Josh Parker and Jackson Last. They said, but one thing people don't realize about the Tigers is they're really long. They had a lot of length. So when you go and you play them, you think, oh, we're going to get easy shots. We're going to be able to score on them. And then all of a sudden, Nate Bennett or the Frainer kid, come along and they're blocking shots or bothering shots. And you go, wait a minute, they're not so easy to play after all, are they? They're certainly right now on a roll. 2 wins in a row for the Tigers. They had that rough start where they lost to Dixie Pineview and Desert Hills, and you kind of thought, uh-oh, 0-3, maybe not.
Right,
but they've looked really good the last couple of games. I know you got to see them on Wednesday night, and boy, what an exhibition of shooting they put on, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, and it really was. Actually, the game was fairly close in the first half. But, boy, they just got it lit up and got going, and it was over early in that third quarter. And you bet it was an unbelievable display of shooting. I had them, I think it was 27 points.
27. 2 games in a row for Josh Parker with 27 points each. And, this kid can be a star at times. But we've also seen him disappear against the better defensive team.
Yeah.
He didn't play well against Pineview. He didn't play well, especially against Dixie. Dixie pretty much shut him down first time around. So I'm really fascinated to see how Josh Parker plays in this basketball game.
Yeah, you mentioned Jackson Last, a kid the other night who had a big night was Reagan Marshall. And, he's a kid, again, he can step up and do some big things. Other games, you wonder if he's even on the floor. But that happens to almost every team. So, anyway, here in the hangar, you said it, you got to figure that the undefeated team of Dixie has obviously got to be the favorite in this one. And someone asked me again the other day, and I know it's kind of the talk, so why are they winning? Why are they continually doing well? Well, they got some good players. And they've got everything. They've got speed, they've got some height, they've got rebounders. I mean, they do everything well.
I look at a guy like Cannon Dye. Cannon Dye only averages 2-3 points a game. I mean, we're talking a minimal score, and yet he is as integral to them winning as anybody else. You say, well, why is that? You watch Cannon Dye when he's on defense. He never stops moving.
Right.
He's always seemingly in the exact right spot, moving around. He gets steals, he gets deflections. He'll block a shot occasionally from behind and things like that. And Coach Cuff says, obviously Richard Guyman is valuable. Obviously Caden Elsie is valuable, but in some ways Cannon Dye is our most valuable player because of what he provides away from the ball. And we put him on the best scorer on the other team, and he shuts him down. And that's what we're going to see tonight. I think we're going to see Cannon Dye probably either guarding Jackson Last or Josh Parker. Either way, it's going to be a real magnifying glass. The great defense of Dye against great offense, one of those 2 guys.
All right, we need to take a break right now. We'll do that. And thanks so much for joining us. Again, we certainly appreciate all of our great sponsors. There is Mexican food, Andy.
Yeah, I heard that.
But then there is Poncho and Lefty's food, absolutely. We appreciate that. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be right back.
school subscribes to the state initiative Raise the Bar. Let's do rally right. Cheer for your team, not against the competition. Insensitive racial comments or sexual gender remarks will not be
here tonight, but just some thoughts as you look at these two teams. What do you look at some keys in tonight's game?
And our keys brought to you by Camping World of St. George. They feature all the great toy haulers and fifth wheels and whatever you might need to make your outdoor experience a little bit better at Camping World of St. George. You know, I look at this game as a kind of a no-win situation for the Flyers, because they're supposed to win this game, and they're probably supposed to win this game. You know, I mean, if Vegas is putting a line on it, to be Dixie by 8 or Dixie by 12 or something, you know, up there. And so, you know, for Dixie, they just need to come out and do what they do. For Hurricane, it's kind of a no-lose game. You're supposed to lose this game. Come out, fling it around, see what happens. Now, having said that, one of the things I really wanted to talk about as we talk about our keys to the game, Mike, is the streak. Dixie 18-0 now. They won 9 in a row to end last year. They're at 27. We think, in the research we've done, that the all-time Dixie High School win streak total record is 29 in a row, which means they're just 2 away from that. Remember, they don't play Desert Hills and Pineview until the last 2 games of the season. They would be at 30 if they were to win the next 3 games going into those 2 games. But so, anyway, the streak. It's weird how people approach it. I talked with some players for Dixie. Sam Stewart, he said, hey, it is what it is, and other teams use it to motivate themselves. We use it to motivate us because we want to keep the streak going. I talked with Cannon Dye, and he said, you know, just got to stay humble. That's all. It's all about humility. He says, yeah, we can walk around cocky and think, hey, we're all that because we won all these games in a row. Or we can go out and say, hey, every game's a different game. We got to prepare. I liked his approach. I asked Coach Cuff about it, Mike, and he's like, well, we want to downplay the streak. He says, but everybody wants to talk about it. Everybody. He says, I go out in the community. Everybody's asking me about the streak. So, you know, handling the pressure that comes with being ranked #1, being undefeated on the season, and having a 27-game win streak, I think that might be the biggest key of the game for the Dixie Flyers.
I agree. I agree with that one, absolutely. And for the Hurricane Tigers, I think just on the other side, they just got to go out and say, hey, we got to go play our brand of basketball. They do need to, I think, not hurry it. They've got to play their game as much as possible, hopefully for them not to allow Dixie to force them into a Flyer kind of a ball game here tonight. They've got the shooters, you mentioned, they've got the length, they've got some good height in there. But if they don't start, I think, fairly quick, play well, get something started early, they could be in real trouble.
Now they need someone hot, whether it's Parker, whether it's Last, whether it's Reagan Marshall. One of those guys needs to be hitting from outside, because that can be the great equalizer. If you hit 2 or 3 threes in a row, you know, you go, hey, well, you know, we're down 4, all of a sudden we're up 5, boom, 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 you know. So that is a great equalizer. By the way, and a note on Reagan Marshall, he was injured most of the preseason. And then as he was working his way back, he really had to get into shape. And I talked with Coach Langston the other day, part of our locker room coach's comments, and he said, I think Reagan is finally starting to get into basketball shape. And he said that makes us a more dangerous team because we don't have 2 big scorers. Now we have 3.
And that is a great key, good thing to have in high school basketball. I think we have our national anthem band coming up, so well, I'm not sure what they're saying. They are. All right, we're going to take a 90-second break, and then we'll be back. 2-minute? Better go 2-minute. Thank you, Eddie. 2-minute break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know. sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
All right, we welcome you back once again to the hangar, Dixie High School, just ending our national anthem, our flag with the local ROTC group just being taken off the floor here. So, again, you've got Dixie sitting at the top. They have not lost a game either overall or, of course, in conference. You have the Hurricane Tigers who got their first win and then their second win in conference in back-to-back games over the last couple, and that's been a real, I mean, again, I think they're the team that may be surging here at the right time.
Well, and the thing about Hurricane that we seem to have discovered this season, they actually play better on the road than they do at home. And they, most of their preseason was on the road. They didn't play, they had like 2 or 3 preseason games out of 15 on the road or on a neutral court. And so for the Hurricane Tigers, they don't mind being on the road. Now, I don't know that they've played in a gym with this kind of hostile environment and this kind of a competition this season yet, but they play their best basketball on the road. You saw them on Wednesday shoot the lights out there at Snow Canyon. They did the same thing last Friday night at Cedar City. And, in fact, I talked with Coach Langston after that game. I said, what was going on? He says, I like playing on the road.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting to watch the region play because I think there are some teams that seem to do pretty well on the road. It seems to me, and maybe I'm just recollecting this incorrectly, but it seems to me that they teams used to win at home, lose on the road. That doesn't so much go. They did announce the starting lineup, and of course they'll go, they being Hurricane, Jackson last, averaging over 14 a game. Adam Havren getting a start here tonight. Number 5, Nate Ben, his 5.5 points a game. Reagan Marshall, again a little over 5, but he put 20 up the other night, so we know he can score. Leading scorer, Josh Parker at 16.5 a game.
Yeah, and you listen to those names, and I see 3 of those guys, Lass, Parker, and Marshall, who can really shoot from outside, and that's going to be big. Ben and Frainer are the kind of guys that pound it inside. Hayron, I've seen him shoot some threes, too, from deep, and a great Cahoon will be a key guy off the bench as well for the Hurricane Tigers. And Jackson Lass on Wednesday night, Mike, had 9 assists. He almost did a John Stockton double-digit assists.
Wow. All right, the Dixie Flyers being introduced here once again as Cannon Dye, and his favorite up there on front, doing his thing. Sam Stewart at a little over 9 points a game. He's kind of the blue-collar quiet guy, and he just goes out and goes.
But every once in a while he goes off. He had a 20-point game a week ago.
All right, Tyler Curtis, quick little guard, averaging about 7 points a game. And Caden Elsie at 12-plus points a game. And, of course, then you've got Richard Guyman, also around 12 points a game. And Guyman, he's just such a fun kid to watch. I think what's been fun for me, Andy, is to see him get better and better and better over the years. And he is a very good player.
Yeah, he's been starting since he was a sophomore. We kind of expected a Trey Favre kind of year out of him where he was going to average 20 a game and dominate down low. But that's not the kind of player Richard Guyman is. There's no doubt in my mind he could average 15 to 20 right in there if he wanted to. But that's not the kind of guy he is. Plus, he has some great teammates, and he's very, very unselfish. Doesn't mind sharing the basketball. And so Guyman sits at about 12 a game, but look for him to also pick up 3 or 4 assists. He'll also have a half dozen or a dozen or so rebounds, a couple of block shots. He'll fill up that stat sheet in a big hurry. And so it's going to be fun to watch it. The red-hot Tigers against the seemingly endlessly red-hot Dixie Flyers.
All right, thanks again for joining us on radio, on the internet, as well as on local TV. We appreciate TDS joining us here for our broadcast tonight. Appreciate the guys in the truck. The tip is there, controlled by the Flyers. And underneath, we've got an offensive foul. Trying to get underneath was Elsie. And after he passed off, he ran over somebody.
Yeah, and you know what? If he pulls up, he's got a wide open little about 8-footer. And I'm always, take it to the hole on the fast break. But that time he just took the ball too far, and Hurricane was able to camp under there and get the charge. So early break for the Tigers.
Last into the forecourt and works to the left side. Midway the corner now, turns looking for help. Swings it straight away, kick it out to Hayren. Hayren will drive baseline. They shut him off. He tries to feed. He gets it to a teammate, but pretty good defense.
That was the Guyman effect right there. Parker wanted to shoot, saw Richard Guyman, said, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Go for the steal. No, knocking it away again was, Cannon Die. Just a guy that's got those hands going all the time.
He's the kind of guy you love on your team and you hate if he's on the other team because pesky guy. By the way, expect a lot of action with Camden Flinders in this game, too, for Dixie High School. He can light it up from outside as well.
Swing it up top to Marshall. Marshall steps in, shot away, no good. That shot by Parker. Rebound to Dixie. Flyers quickly in the forecourt. Elsie on the angle left. They bring it back outside, work it around to the right side. Over top to the big guy, but he just kicks it right back. Elsie down low. Two-man game on the near side. Pretty good reaction by the Hurricane defense. And not getting a good look yet.
Almost being a little too unselfish right now, Dixie, in the early going.
There's Elsie with a drive shovel. No. Rebound underneath. Marshall pulls it down. Looking for help. Clears it off now to last. Into the forecourt.
I'm looking out there, and Brody Henderson is already out on the floor. Did he start, Mike? Or
no. They
made a quick sub already.
They pulled Curtis.
Wow.
And he walked to the end of the bench.
Maybe T.Y. feeling a little under the weather. I know that nasty flu's been going around the entire region.
Oh, man, absolutely a lot. Inside step, 15-footer, no. Comes back out of there. Rebound to the Flyers into the forecourt, Stewart.
Well, I really thought Parker got fouled from the backside on that one. It kind of got rear-ended as he was shooting that when the referee lets it go.
Boy, a lot of bumping and shoving going on down underneath. Elsie and Hayren. Now Elsie has the ball, goes underneath, kicks it back out, gets it in the corner. Over top to the big guy. He has to retrieve it, throws it way out high, and they reset the offense. We've played almost 3 minutes, no score, and it is off of Hurricane and out of bounds. Getting a hand on it was Nate Ben.
I think Guyman was thinking about dunking that one before he made the catch on the ball. Bounced off of his hands.
Elsie out to Stewart. Stewart swings it right side to Cannon Die. Die holds on, now clears it up top to Henderson.
Die made about a 35-foot three-pointer against Pineview at the end of the third quarter that gave Dixie the lead that they would not relinquish the rest of the night.
Wow. Elsie steps in, shovels it back down. Little runner in the lane, force it up, no good. Rebound down low last.
They could drive by Elsie. Looked like he had an easy shot, but a little bit too hard on the runner.
Stop and go. Now he feeds it underneath, and the ball comes loose, and we're going to have a foul charged on the Hurricane Tigers. Foul's going to be charged to Parker.
I think the pass was intended for him, and he just didn't hold on to it. No, that wasn't intended for him. It was Hayren. But once the pass got away, Parker with the reach and the slap. And, Mike, we played almost 3 minutes without a point.
Wow. Well, it's just going to be a defensive game. I'm thinking all of a sudden one of these teams are going to explode. The big guy down underneath, kicks it into the corner, fall away three, no good. Rebound taken away by Marshall. Marshall the last, ahead to Hayron. Hayron on the angle right. Crossover dribble in the lane, shot off the rim, no good. Rebound, scoop it up and in. Parker with a little up and under.
Yeah, he shielded the ball with his body from the big guy, Guyman.
Guyman down low, throws it away. There's a case, I think, Andy, where Guyman should have went up strong. He looked out, saw a teammate, but threw it away from him. Ball comes into Hayron, 2-0.
I mean, we talk about the unselfishness of Dixie all the time, and sometimes you can be a little too unselfish. Sometimes you gotta say, I'm the man. I'm going to take care of this one. And that time, right. I agree with you. I think Richard Guyman should have said, yeah, I'm going to score on this one. Because he would have.
Goes down low, and we got a foul. I believe we're going to have a blocking foul on Guyman.
Stuck his knee out on that one.
So Guyman's first personal, second team foul. Substitution as back in the game, or coming into the game, is Solo Labrum. Yeah.
Coming back from injury, too, and get some good playing time at center, but he's not the presence that Guyman is.
Boy, pass underneath and overshot from right below was Marshall. Blocked out of there, saved, and Hurricane comes up with the ball. What a block by Marshall, and then saved in there by Parker. And the ball is knocked away. It's loose, and Dixie comes up with it. This is a scrappy defensive game.
In more than 4 minutes, Dixie still scoreless.
2-0. The Hurricane Tigers lead it. Elsie, Caden Elsie with the ball. Backs it out, and it looks like the Dixie offense will reset. To the right side, in the corner he goes. Stewart inside, puts it up off the glass. Sam Stewart.
Yeah, good looking shot. Just a quick catch and shoot, one-handed bank shot. Coming off a screen, nice looking play.
Yeah, with Cam Flinders on the pass. 3:20 to go, a 2-2 ball game. We're in the first quarter. Drive, ball thrown and comes out of there, picked up by the Flyers. Off they go. Cross court, pass too tall. Looking in the corner there for Henderson.
Yeah, Flinders with the bad pass. He actually had Stewart drift to the left and wide open on the baseline for a three. Instead, he went for the very difficult. The Stewart pass would have been a 1 to 10 on the difficulty level. The pass he threw was about a 9 out of 10, and he couldn't complete it.
Didn't get it done. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action. 2-2 ball game. Backdoor pass, drive to the hole, push it up and in last.
Yeah, this is a little backdoor play for your point guard.
Nicely done, 4-2. Tigers with the lead. Caden Elsie with the ball up top. They work it on the wing near side to Corbin Elsie, who is in the game. Drive along the lane, kick it out to Corbin. Corbin starts to drive, turn, kicks it back in the corner. Looking over the top, they can't get it in there. And underneath, flipped up, won't go down. Rebound taken down by Marshall, who gets it to Last. Last midway the corner, a little shake and bake, drive, pull up, 12-footer, no. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. I believe last touch by Dixie it was.
Good effort in there by Graydon Cahoon. Keep the play alive. Actually looked like he had a clean rebound, but Dixie comes in and slaps it away. But, man, 2 points for Dixie in almost 6 minutes.
Ball comes way out high now to Hayron.
Got to be careful. You know, Hurricane can get hot.
Yeah.
They hit 2 or 3 threes, and all of a sudden you're looking at a big old hole.
And right in front, the shot, no good. Boy, that was looking right down the barrel and would not go down for Reagan Marshall.
Yeah, 10, 12 feet. That's a shot he can and should make.
Split the defense, drive to the hole, flipped up, no, comes out of there. Rebound taken down by Cahoon. Cahoon to Last. Waiting, now he steps it into the forecourt. Comes out on him with the defense. Midway the corner left side. Back outside Cahoon, down underneath, turn, kick out. Hey, Ren, we got what, a 3-second violation.
Overpassing that time.
Yep.
You got the ball in the lane, you need to either shoot it or the guy you kick it out to needs to shoot it right away, or you got to get out of the lane, and he never did.
Back in the game comes Richard Guyman sitting down, cannon die.
I just wonder if Coach Cuff has maybe got the flu going through the team and he's worried about his guys and their wind and their energy.
Over top to Guyman. Guyman turns, scoops it out, mishandled, but
man coverage in there, Mike, and he's not even looking to score at all.
Reagan Marshall that time back behind him, apparently blocking, gets up the foul, his first second team foul. 1:22 to go in the quarter on this low-scoring game. 4-2, Hurricane Tigers with a lead, and they come up with a steal. Hayren being hammered, and they got the foul. No, they got a timeout. So Hayren came up with the ball. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it. We'll be back. 4-2, back in 30.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Hi, welcome back to the hangar. 4-2. Can you believe that with a little over a minute remaining in the first quarter? Hayren goes all the way down, hands it off, and it's an easy put in by Nate Ben.
Yeah, Ben's not going to score a lot of points, doesn't get a lot of touches, but important part of this team, and he will hit the easy one.
Turn, forcing it, no good. Backside rebound taken down by Last for the Tigers. Splits the defense, and he's going to be fouled. And I believe they're going to get Tyler Curtis. It is on the reach. So that's his first third-team foul on the Flyers.
Do you sense that there's maybe the pressure, the mental pressure, the emotional pressure on Dixie in this game, Mike, or do you think they're just not playing well?
Well, I don't know. Well, they're not playing well, and it may be the pressure that's the cause. Reach and tapped away. Hayren regains control. Moves to the right wing. Straight away to Last. Collision. No harm, no foul, said the official. Everybody backs off, so Last shoots it. Tried to stuff it home, and it wouldn't go down.
Maybe a follow jam there.
Bounce it outside. Boy, howdy, he hung on to it somehow, and the shot is up and good by Corbin Elzy. It's a 6-4 lead for the Hurricane Tigers. One final shot should be coming, about 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Hayren not sure which way to go. Now he goes left around the screen. Leans in, ball taken away, and that's going to be it. So a wild and woolly first quarter, a combined 10 points. We'll take a break on the one-loss scoreboard. Hurricane 6, Dixie 4. Back in a minute.
What? The storks are bringing me a baby brother.
Storks know how to keep kids safe.
Aww.
Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
We can do this together.
To know for sure that your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
Remember when I was a baby, it felt like 1 minute ago?
What?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
What he said.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
I'm not really sure the last time I remember a combined 10 points in a quarter by two pretty good teams, but that's what we've got.
Well, we keep saying Region 9's reputation is based on defense all around it. Well, this game kind of proves it, I suppose.
It does indeed. Tigers with a 2-point lead in the basketball. Hayren deep in the corner. They double team him. He loses the ball, gets it back, and now we're going to have a jump ball. Reaching in was Sam Stewart. Hayren got a little feisty there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it's one of those deals, a macho thing where you say, I'm not going to let go of that basketball. And you see right there. He was actually trying to call timeout, wasn't he?
Yep.
And then he yanked the ball away.
Rips it away.
Kind of a manly thing. I'm not letting go. And the other guy said, I'm not letting go.
That's straight away to Die. Whips it on the left angle. Drive Cuff, who's in the ball game, turns, kicks it back out. Good defense once again, keeping them a long ways away from that bucket. Caden Elsey drives down, go. Cuff out of the corner, across and off, no good. Rebound ripped down by Parker.
Nice board in traffic by Josh Parker. Goes all the way to the hole.
Nice little hesitation shot. Let the defense go by. 12-footer settles home.
Yeah, I like that. Pull up. Nobody stopped the ball.
Yep.
So we just went all the way to within 10 feet and hit the jumper.
8-4. Turn off the glass. Won't go down. Over the top tip. No! Couple of opportunities. Wouldn't go down. And Nate holding on to that one. Nate Ben got the rebound. Now they lose the ball. Get it back. That's last in the corner. Back to Hayrand. 6:38 to go. Second quarter. 8-4. Tigers with the lead. Wide open on the angle is Ben, but he doesn't shoot.
No, he just didn't have the range to hit that 17-footer.
Round a high screen. Last kicks it over. Hayrand says, "I'll shoot." Drops a three-pointer.
Wow. That's just good, patient offense. Hayrand got a good look off of a screen, and now it's a 7-point lead.
11-4 in favor of the Hurricane Tigers. Drive to the hole, back shot, no, but a rebound. I believe Hayrand will get the personal. On the drive was Guyman.
Michael, I want to take the chance to congratulate the Desert Hills wrestling team, undefeated in region play, and they are the Region 9 champions. The divisionals coming up next week. I think all the teams are in a tournament at Enterprise this weekend, but it's just an exhibition thing.
Yeah.
And then how about the Desert Hills drill team? They call them the Tempest line. They are also the Region 9 champions. So the athletics in the Desert Hills High School continues to be excellent. State championship in football, boys cross country. Doing a nice
Keep
job.
it going, absolutely.
Second place in volleyball.
The foul, by the way, was on Nate Ben, and 2 free throws up and in by Richard Guyman. And it's a 11-6 lead right now.
And when Crimson opens in a couple of years, they're going to take most of their student body from Desert Hills. It's going to put a big dent in that Desert Hills excellence.
It's going to be very interesting, to watch that one, as it was interesting watching all the other times that they split. Down low to the baseline. Ball taken away. Picked up by Caden Elsey in the corner. He goes inside, hit hard, throws it up. It won't go down. But he'll go to the line, I believe, shooting a pair.
Elsey's an interesting guy. You know, he can go long stretches of time without scoring a single point, and then all of a sudden he'll go off. And I point to that game against Pineview last Friday night. He had I think it was 4 points going into the fourth quarter, and over the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, he scored 12 points, including a couple of three-pointers. Ended up with 16 or 18 points in that game after what seemed like a terrible night for him.
Yeah, Elsey hits the free throw, and right now Flyers staying close from the free throw line. As a team, they are 3 for 3.
You see on the replay for those on TV that Jackson last tried to cut him off.
Yep.
And then Elsey just pulled up, and that didn't work.
Free throw good, 4 for 4. Full court pressure. They get it. Cross court pass to last. Down low underneath the basket. They get it down low and elect not to shoot it. Now out of the corner. 3-ball off the mark, no good. Corbin Elsey with the rebound. He's going coast to coast. Now he kicks it out to the bro. Back up top. Underneath, ball blocked and taken away.
There's that length of Hurricane we were talking about.
And knocking it away from behind was Dye.
Well, I don't know about Marshall. Marshall got the ball in the low post. He actually had maybe more room than he realized. Passed the layup up and then went out and shot a contested three-pointer. Take the easy one, fella. Take the easy one, young fella.
Marshall drives around his man. Reverse, no, but a foul. That was a pretty good baseline move, and he went right at Guyman.
Remember Reagan Marshall's older brother Colton? He was on that championship team with Boston Gubler and those great players that won for Hurricane about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And so it's in the blood. It's like Guyman had an older brother on the team, you know. And Jason Bennett here for Dixie. I love that about high school basketball. You get these families. I mean, look at the Nielsen family up in Cedar City. You had Kyler and Keenan and Shorty, and who was Corton was his name. And you guys were all good.
1 for 2 at the line for Reagan Marshall, and it's a 12-8 lead right now for the Hurricane Tigers. Dixie with the ball. LZ round a double high post, throw back in the corner. Long three-pointer off the mark with a strong rebound. Last goes up and rips it down.
He's a really long point guard, and he can go down and rebound. He reminds me a little bit of, remember Kyle Collinsworth from BYU? Rebounded, assisted. There's a foul inside.
Is it a foul?
No foul, I guess. No foul.
I thought you're right. I was going to the far official. I thought he called a foul, but the backside official said no. It's just off of the Tigers. It'll be Flyer ball out of bounds. We have 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, and it's 12-8.
Dixie with 2 field goals and 4 free throws. That's it.
Yep. Dixie with the ball. Caden Elsey drives to the base on the right side. Now backs it out, throws it up high to Cuff. Cuff on the angle. Gives it to the other Elsey. He drives inside, gets away, lays it up and in.
Beautiful crossover, split the defenders, and then got the ball up quick before the shot blocker could come and bother it.
Second bucket by Corbin Elsey, and it's a 2-point lead as the Flyers getting back in it. Reach and a hold. And last comes out of there, says, ow. Hurt his hand. Foul's going to be charged to Corbin Elsey, his first. 4th, 15 foul on the Flyers. Ball is out of bounds and kicked by Corbin Elsey. He was jumping up and down to block the ball, and he actually punted it. Not on purpose, but. All right, 4:01 to go. 2-minute lead.
Jackson Last still kind of fooling with that hand. He's not feeling good. In fact, well, they're talking to him. I thought they were maybe going to take him out and check on it, but they're just giving him some instructions.
Yep.
By the way, Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 update. 17-15, Cedar leading Desert Hills early second quarter. Could it be 3 upsets tonight? Nah.
Well, I wouldn't count on it, and I wouldn't have said it going in, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if it happened. Okay, maybe I would be. Ball comes in, stolen away by Cuff. Tried to thread it on the baseline, couldn't do it.
So don't leave him.
Elsey off the mark, no good. Last with another board for the Tigers.
Well, Caden Elsey will usually nail that one if you leave him alone.
Ball hit from behind, but Last regathers, skips across court. Catch and shoot for 3. You leave him open, he'll knock it down.
Yeah, you saw a lot of that on Wednesday night, didn't you?
Absolutely. Josh Parker nailed it. It's a 5-point lead, 15-10. Elsey drives, no good, and inside, that's Parker with a pretty strong board.
Corbin Elsey, John at the ref on his way up the court, says, look, I got hit on the arm.
He also took 4 steps to the hole, but that's beside the point. Ball, and now a foul. That's where it gets so tough. You're complaining at one end, and then you get nailed on the other. Yeah. Corbin Elsey with his second personal.
A little frustration, and he'll have to go to the bench. So Guyman and Elsey with 2 personal fouls in the first half. Coach Cuff saying, you know, we're going to go without them for a little while.
Cam Flinders back in the ball game.
You take Guyman out of this game for Dixie, and the teams are a lot more even, Mike.
Yes.
A lot more even.
You're right. Drive to the hole far side, kick back out. Last thinks about it, steps in, loses the ball, and they say it was knocked out of bounds by Dixie.
I honestly think he was going to pass that to Marshall, but he got in such heavy traffic, he either got fouled or his ball got tipped, but Marshall had a wide open layup.
Ball comes out high to Marshall. Marshall back down underneath, reverse to the left hand, up and in Cahoon.
Yeah, Cahoon's kind of the forgotten man, but he's a senior and he can do it.
3-pointer.
How about Flinders?
Whoa, Flanders from deep in that left corner drops it. First 3 ball of the night for the Dixie Flyers, and it's a 4-point game, Tigers. 2:27 to go. Last leads it in, about an 8-foot shot from the right side. It is good.
Yeah, Hurricanes starting to feel comfortable. Like I said, they play good on the road.
And there's another 3-pointer. In your face, says Flinders.
I can't hardly keep up with writing all this stuff down, Mike.
Wow, 1960, 3-point lead. Long pass out to Reagan Marshall. Marshall over top. And ball is slapped, getting underneath. Flyers come up with it. Pass down low, layback shot, no good.
Oh, he should have shot that one. Caden Elsie had an 8-foot uncontested shot, and he went for an unselfish. I mean, it was a good pass, but Laburn didn't hit it. And Elsie can hit that 8-footer anytime he wants.
And at the other end, last line to that 3-ball off the back of the rim, no good. Flinders into the forecourt, goes right side. Brody Henderson with the ball. Bounce it in the corner. Now they clear it way back out high to Cuff. Well, you look at the team that's in there right now for Dixie. And Cuff throws it off the glass and will get one.
It's kind of weird. He looked back at his dad, who is the head coach, and his dad said something. I thought that meant run a particular play, but maybe Dad said, you know what,
Go.
Tanner, you've been a gym rat since you were 2 years old. Just go get us some points.
Oh, wow. That is the second foul also on Reagan Marshall.
What a great-looking shot.
Wow.
That replay showed us the body control, the fact that, young fellas got to learn this, man. You're going in, you're going to get hit because that's just basketball. You get in that lane, you're going to get bumped, and about 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a foul call. So you just go in strong and then put that thing up off the glass and see what happens.
Shot is on the way, and the Flyers have come all the way back and tied it at 19 apiece. So Tanner Cuff with 3 points.
Here comes that 2-2-1 press.
See how that works, or if they can break it down and get into the forecourt pretty easily. Inside kick out, wide open look. This one's off the mark, no good. Die inside for a rebound.
That was a great rebound in traffic.
Amen. Over the top, the ball is tipped and taken away by the Tigers. Open court, going down and hammering that puppy home.
You don't think Graydon Cahoon's an athlete? How about that throwdown?
Wow. There's a foul quickly whistled also on Adam Hayrand, and he was a little upset.
The replay on that for those on TV. Graydon Cahoon elevates, two-hand flush. Thank you very much.
Wow, nicely done. 21-19. Tigers with the lead. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. Cuff way out high, running the point. Goes around a double high post, kicks it out. A long three-pointer, no good. And looks like now Hurricane will have final shot. If they elect it, yeah.
They don't.
No, they don't. Well, underneath alone on the baseline, Cahoon, he just says, I'll just lay it in. And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Tigers with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Cahoon. Out of the corner, sorry, no, it didn't go down. And Dixie, it was touched, they say, by the Tigers. So
I was going to say, Cahoon's a guy who was started most of the season. They brought him off the bench in this game, but seems to have instilled some energy in his Hurricane team. Right after Dixie caught up, he's had a couple of huge buckets.
Sitting down will be Marshall. As back into the game comes Nate Benn. Ball way out high with 9 seconds to go. Drive, hang, force it, short on that rim, no good. And we got a reach, and a foul is going to be whistled on Stewart. I think Stewart saw the guy, thought, I'm going to tie him up, but he got there a little late.
Well, and the thing is, you say, no harm, no big deal. Well, you know what, though? That's the 17th foul. And with 3 seconds left, Hurricane gets to walk all the way down to the other end, and Adam Hayward with an opportunity for 2 3 points. And that's absolutely huge.
So 23-19, Hayrand good on the free throw. And for Hayrand, he now has 4 points in the game. One more coming. It's on the way, and it's good. So he did it, and he got his pair. Flyers Cuff, half-court shot partially blocked, and that's going to end the first half.
And that was Cahoon again making another hustle play. I mean, that shot, Tanner Cuff, he's been practicing that little 35-footer his whole life. And that was, you're going to have a chance at that one. And another hustle play by Graydon Cahoon coming in off the bench. Not a starter. Did he sulk? Did he panic? Did he whine? Nope. Came out there and played hard and really made a difference in this first half.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the second quarter was much more productive offensively than was that first quarter, and we got a good one. Although Hurricane back up to that 6-point lead. We're going to take a 90-second break. We'll come back, take a look at our first half, getting the updated scores we may have from other games going on tonight as well. But our halftime score is on the one-loss scoreboard. Tigers 25, Flyers 19 back in 90.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Welcome back. Mike McGarry along with Andy Griffin. We are in the hangar, and kind of a surprise right now as the Hurricane Tigers have a 6-point lead at the half, and they've really kind of been offensively in control. Although Flyers down big early, made a run, come back and tied it, but Tigers pushed it back out again.
Yeah, biggest lead of the first half was 7 points for Hurricane, but when Dixie made that run, the old Hurricane teams might have said, all right, we had our fun. We're on the road. This is a good Dixie team. We had our lead, and now we're going to fade away. And they may still do that. I don't know, Mike, but they answered that Dixie run. It was 19-13. Dixie scored 6 straight to tie it. Hurricane ended the half in the last minute by outscoring Dixie 6-0 and taking that 25-19 lead. The 3 baskets there at the end. A Cahoon jam, a Cahoon reverse layup, and then a couple of free throws there by Hayron right before the buzzer.
All right, here at the half once again, brought to you by InfoWest. Let's take a look at some of the stats. I'll just give some scoring. And first of all, for the Hurricane Tigers.
We want to do some highlights, or you want to go stats first?
Let's go highlights.
Let's go highlights. All right, Marcus in the truck. If you can roll those highlights for you, take a look at what happened in half number 1. And again, early on, the scoring was kind of hard to come by. That was the first basket there by Stewart. He finally got off the schneid, but really not a lot of highlights in the first quarter because it was all about defense. But you see the Tigers not intimidated. Like I said, Mike, they played pretty good on the road.
Yeah, those last 2 buckets by Last, and then Big Ben coming in there with his lay-in. Notice how much scoring in the paint. Quite a bit, actually, until that one. Hayron steps out for the triple.
It's a split there by Corbin Elsie, the younger brother. But the Tigers not intimidated. Shooting the ball well from deep. And a little spin move inside. Lefty layup by Graydon Cahoon. Flinders, he's the guy, he was kind of the 6-0 run guy.
Back-to-back triples there in that. And there's these other ones from the other side. That really was a big part of the Flyers getting themselves back in this one.
But in the last minute, 6-0 run is Graydon Cahoon with the jam, Graydon Cahoon with the reverse layup. And then we had 2 free throws on kind of a cheapy foul by Stewart late in the half that gave Hurricane those last 2 points. And Tigers up by 6. Now, if you're a Dixie High fan, it's got to panic. We're down 6. We're in big trouble. Now, they were down 5 late third quarter against Pineview. Came back and won that game by 9. No panic, certainly. But the Flyers got to play better if they're going to win this game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I'm with you. I'm not ready to panic, but I'm going to start thinking we got to do some things, folks. All right, let's take another 60-second timeout. We'll come back. We'll take a look at some of the scoring stats and kind of get ready for the second half of action. Again, here at the InfoWest halftime on the one-loss scoreboard, 25-19 Tigers. Back in a minute.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25. Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
All right, the Dixie Band, Dixie cheerleaders, and of course the Dixie faithful all up for the school song, kind of loving things, except for that score right now.
A couple of Region 9 updates brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. 2 Southern Utah locations on Main Street in Cedar City and on the corner of Boulevard and Bluff Street in St. George. Now, Pineview Snow Canyon got a late start with the JV game going a little bit long. They've just completed 1 quarter about 2 minutes ago, and it is Pineview 14 and Snow Canyon 11 in that game. And then they've gone to halftime at Cedar, and it's the Cedar Redmond with actually trailing 26-21. They were ahead after 1, but in the second quarter, Desert Hills outscores Cedar 15-6. So it is 26-21 at the half over there at Cedar High, Desert Hills, and the Cedar Redmond. And again, Pineview up by 3 over Snow Canyon right here. It's a 6-point lead. Let's take a look at those Wilkinson stats, Mike.
All right, first of all, for the Hurricane Tigers, leading them in scoring is Josh Parker. Well, that's no surprise. 7 points. He has a 3-pointer and then 2 field goals for his points. Right behind him, though, is Graydon Cahoon, and we saw in the highlights a lot of his scoring was late in that first half. He has 5 points. Adam Hayron with the triple and 2 free throws. 4 points on a couple of buckets. Jackson last. 1 bucket, 2 points for Nate Benn. Reagan Marshall with just 1 point in the ballgame. That might be the offensive stat surprising, and it's not enough. Usually you expect a little more out of him. Quickly for Dixie, their leading scorer is actually Cam Flinders. Those back-to-back triples gave him 6 points. 4 points, Corbin Elsie. 2 points, Caden Elsie. 2 points, Richard Guyman. 2 points, Sam Stewart. 3 points, Tanner Cuff. Not a lot of offensive firepower out of that very potent offense from Dixie.
Yeah, this is a team that averages maybe, in the 60s this season, and they've scored 19 points here at the half. What does that mean? I'm a big believer in the law of averages. For instance, if you have a guy who averages 30% from three-point line and he makes 3 in a row, he's probably going to miss 6 or 7 in a row after that. That's just kind of the way things average out. And I think Dixie is going to score a lot of points in the second half. So for Hurricane, they've got to make sure they keep pace. I really like what they've done. They've done a really good job of taking care of the basketball in the first half. And that's the big thing, Mike. When you play Dixie, you cannot turn the ball over, because that's exactly what they want to do to you. They want to turn you over and then get out in the open court and run the basketball and get those easy buckets. And I thought Hurricane did a really good job of not having too many turnovers.
I agree. And on our our free throw shooting, Not many, but they made the best of them. In fact, Dixie, I have them down 5 for 5. And for Hurricane, they were 3 out of 4. So a total of only 9 free throws shot in the first half. But again, it's been, I think, good defense. You got to go back to that with 25-19 on the board here. Good defense has been the difference in this game.
Yeah, you know what? And I did a game on Wednesday night in Pineview Desert Hills. Going into the fourth quarter, Pineview, I think, had shot 1 free throw, and Desert Hills had shot like 8. And it ended up 14-3. So a total of 17 free throws for an entire basketball game. I actually like it. They let them play a little bit. Now, within reason. You don't want it to get rough.
Right.
Within reason. But I like the fact that they let them play a little bit and don't have this parade, to the free throw line. And that's going to be something fun to watch here in the second half. I hope they let them play a little bit again. And not let it get rough, but let them play and kind of let the players sort this thing out.
All right, well, what's going to happen here in the second half? We are about to find out in the hangar. Pretty good-sized crowd here tonight to enjoy this one. 25-19. I was just looking at some quick stats there. I think Hurricane ended up outscoring Dixie 19-15 in that quarter after giving up that big run. They come back with one of their own. Dixie will start the second half pretty much the way they started the game, as will the Hurricane Tigers. So back to the starting 5, both sides. Tigers will have it to start half number 2. Hayren ready to inbound the ball.
Hurricane's been able to avoid any real big Dixie runs, too, in this game.
Right.
And that's obviously huge against a very talented Flyers team.
They go to the high post. Reagan Marshall in, slips it up underneath, but he shoots the ball kind of over the back of the backboard. And
made an excellent move under the armpit of Richard Guyman, but then just kind of blew the play by flicking that thing way too hard. He didn't need to do that.
No, he didn't. Ty Curtis on the angle. Now they come back out. LZ, whip it in the corner again. Looking down low. They want Guyman. Can't get it inside to him. Stewart with the ball. All the way around to LZ on the angle.
Curtis back out there. He played about 30 seconds in the first half.
Three-pointer off the mark, and we've got a foul inside. It's going to go against the Tigers. And looks like we got caught. I believe that's on Cahoon.
Still wondered about Curtis. He played the first few seconds of the game started, but then sat the entire rest of the half. Wonder what happened.
Shot underneath, no good. Rebound. Reagan pulls it down, and now they finally say jump ball. Lass says, wait a minute, I had a hold of that one, but so did Elsie. So it'll be out of bounds to the Dixie Flyers on the alternate possession. Ball comes in, grabbed off the glass, won't stay down, tipped out. Ty Curtis is blocked, but a foul. Again, this one on Last, and that's number 2 on Jackson Last. You know, Dixie's not shooting great here in the second half, but they're kind of forcing Tigers into some mistakes here.
Back to that jump ball a moment ago, and I really felt for Last because he got smacked. And they have that rule where you can't swing your elbows and stuff, and they'll call a technical foul on you and things like that. But the kid, got the rebound. As we see on the replay, this is actually the foul on Curtis, but guys are slapping at him. He's trying to keep the ball away, and they end up calling a tie-up. And he got fouled 2 or 3 times, and yet he's not allowed to swing his elbows. I just feel bad for him.
Ty Curtis, 1 out of 2 as the Tigers get the ball into the forecourt. Work it around the Last, lines up a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Inside, strong board, it won't go down. And now a foul, and that is 2 very quick fouls on the Tigers. Braden Cahoon picks that one up.
Great offensive rebound, great little move inside, little baby hook over the big guy Guyman. Then he just missed it though. Then that creates the foul, but Cahoon's come to play.
25-20, 5-point lead for the Tigers. Flyers with the ball. Kick it out to Caden Elsie. Elsie down low on the baseline. Turn in. No, can't lose it on the baseline. Cahoon up with it to Last. Last spins, loses the ball. Got a battle for it. And
they're going to call a foul out of that. Tough call.
To me, everybody's diving on the floor, going after the ball. And somehow she picks one of them out of that group.
And that one is Graydon Cahoon, and he can't believe it.
Yeah. And for Cahoon, see, that's now number 3 on Graydon Cahoon.
Well, that's not a foul. I'm sorry. We just watched a replay, and that's not a foul.
Except it will be one in the books. Ball nearly thrown away, saved in the corner. Out high.
Stewart's got what, 1 basket? Sam Stewart?
Yep, 1 basket. You're right. Round a high screen. Curtis dives in, loaded up and in.
I don't know what was disciplinary or sick or whatever in the first half, but they need him on the floor, and he did a nice job there.
Bounce pass into the corner, catch and shoot. There's the guy. You leave him open, and Parkland says, I'll give you 3 points right there. Other end shot, no good. Rebound. Couple of tries. Finally, who's that? Elsie?
Yeah.
Caden Elsie with a bucket.
Good rebound. A lot of bodies flying, though.
It's gotten much more intense here in the third quarter. Out to Hayrand. They come after him. He swings it back deep in the corner. Along the baseline, inside kick out last for 3. Yes!
Wow. That's pretty deep. You know, he wasn't right on the line. He was about 2 big steps behind the line.
And it's a 7-point lead, as another foul going against the Tigers. And that is going to be charged to Reagan Marshall, and that's number 3 on Marshall. As Nate Ben ready to check in. They're going to pull Marshall. No, they're going to pull Cahoon out. Both of them have 3 fouls now. 31-24.
So early for 3 fouls.
Yeah. Boy, nice baseline shot there, up and in. I think that's the first field goal it is for Richard Guyman. 31-26.
Sometimes a big dog got to eat. You can start feeding them. Open up a canned dog food, let him eat.
Nicely done. I think he did there as they go to Ben inside. He forces it up. It's good. Counted. And a foul's going to be whistled on Sam Stewart.
When you play with a guy that's a really good passer, I remember the stories about John Stockton. I watched him play, but I remember that when they drafted Brian Russell, and said the first day Brian Russell, Stockton comes and says, where do you like the ball? And Brian says, what do you mean? He said, when I pass you the ball, where do you like it? Chest, waist, knee, where do you like the ball? And he said, son of a gun, the guy didn't deliver that spot almost every time. And I thought that was a great pass that time by Jackson last.
Yep.
And Nate Ben playing with the passer, a guy who's a good passer, expecting it, making a good catch in the bucket.
He also gets the free throw, and it is an 8-point lead at 34-26. And Elsie to the hole. Lays it up and in. Caden Elsie now with 6 points in the game. On the angle right, Reagan Marshall. Marshall drives around his man. Fake. Continues on. Ball blocked out of there. Taken away by the Flyers. Corbin Elsie. Ball stolen right back. Last. Being pressured in the backcourt. Looks it in the corner. Step in. About a 14-footer off the mark. No good. Long rebound. Knocked out. And it's going to belong to the Flyers.
Adam Hayward actually peeled out. You know, you're a high school man, you got the fast car and you rump on the gas, but you don't go anywhere because the wheels spin. That's what Hayward did there. He went to go get the basketball and he just kind of peeled out there on the court, never could get to the ball.
He ended up almost underneath his own bench. Into the game comes Cuff, Tanner Cuff for the Flyers.
If he hadn't lost his footing, it would have been an easy save for him. He would have gone and grabbed the ball.
Starting in, they bounce it back. Drive in the lane, scoop, swatted out of there. No way.
Yeah, look at the length. We keep talking. We talked about it as one of the keys to the game, this length of this Hurricane team. Nate Ben and Frainer and Marshall and Lass, those guys are long.
Now we have an official talking to a couple of the players.
Aaron was the guy that got a little bit emotional on that held ball earlier.
Yep.
Now the officials give a little talking to.
He and Caden have had a little thing going on most of the game tonight.
Nothing wrong with that. A little attitude.
That's right. Ball comes out to LZ. Swings it out to Cuff. Cuff back on the angle. Over the top. Turn. No, and now we've got a foul underneath.
Well, Dixie like to decline the penalty.
Yeah.
Curtis made a nice play, scored inside on the pass, but it will be a foul and no basket.
Looks like Nate Ben, I think, picks up his second personal foul.
That's 6 on Hurricane. Only 1 on Dixie so far.
Backside, underneath, great shot. Good noticing there by Flinders. He will not realize I can use the basket as another defender, and he did.
How about the big dog, the big guy with the pass? Guyman with the assist.
Yep. Timeout taken by the bench. 30-second break. Let's take it. 3:19 to go on the Air Care Professionals clock. We'll be back in 30. It's 34-30 Hurricane.
You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
They got a good one going on here in the hangar. 3:19 to go, 4-point lead for the Hurricane Tigers.
Game brought to you in part by Southern Utah University. One decision could affect the rest of your life. Make it a good one. Pick SUU, and they have finally gone to half, and Snow Canyon with a 2-point lead over Pineview, 29-27 at the break. I'm told Trey Farr spent the entire second quarter on the bench with foul trouble.
Ball is forced on a baseline by Last, no good. Rebound to the Flyers. Curtis quickly into the forecourt. Now he backs it up as they reset the offense. He goes to Elsie on the angle right. Around the screen. Reverses, picks up the lost basketball. Now he steps in. Gets it on the baseline. A lot of passing. And now a foul is going to be charged to Nate Ben, and that's 3 on Ben. And that, you know, the foul situation, Andy, might be a determining factor in this one, as right now the Tigers have 3 players with 3.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
They also have a 7-1 lead on fouls there in the quarter.
Yeah, already 1-1 fouls. Bonus free throws for Dixie.
And
you got to make them.
Yeah, way short by Guyman. Comes hard off the rim. Rebound taken down by the Tigers. Hayren into the forecourt. Curtis comes out, bumps him, he gets away, drives in the lane, and a reach and a foul. And it's going to be charged to Flinders on a reach as he went down the lane. Second team foul, so it'll be out of bounds on the base. Last to inbound it. He wanted to go back door. Now they go way back into the forecourt. Out there to grab that one, Parker. Josh. Back to Marshall on the angle. Marshall loses it, gets it back, drives in the lane. Hook it. Sky hooked out of there. Guyman says, And an offensive charge. Hayran getting over there in time to draw the personal.
You know, Devin always likes to say, toughest call in sports right there, block charge call, but I think that's a bad call. I'm not rooting for either team, Mike, but I just, you know, I don't know if we have the replay queued up or not, but that just seemed like Hayren slid right under him.
I think he got there a little bit late. Yeah. Into the forecourt goes Last. 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Last all the way to the base, throws it back out, almost to nobody. Last again will penetrate. We got a blocking foul. And that time, I think, looking up is Flinders going, wait a minute. Did that go the other way at the other end?
You hear those Dixie fans going, wait a minute, you got that one down there. Why don't we get this one over here? And, well, you don't.
Fouls have evened up a little bit now, 7-4. And the Tigers have the ball back. Nice little shake and bake move. Last high, but the shot too hard, no good. Curtis with the rebound. He's going coast to coast all the way in. Scoop it up, no on a blocking foul. That time, definitely, Hayren was not there in time. So Hayren gets his second foul.
T.Y. making up for lost time. Didn't play most of the first half. And just watch him go coast to coast. See, that was, to me, that's a no call.
Yep.
You know, as we look at it on the replay, the defender fell down for no reason. Curtis jumped sideways. I mean, I guess if you have to call something, it's a block, but should have been no foul either way.
T.Y. Curtis with the free throw. He's now 2 out of 3 from the line. He's got one more coming up. It's a 3-point game with 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 2-point game. Curtis hits a pair.
It's going to be nice like this when you're a good team like Dixie, a championship-type team. You're going to have rough nights. Can you still win when you have a rough night? Right now they pulled it within 2.
Hayren has the ball picked from him as Elsie gets it ahead, and then it's thrown away. Long pass down at the other end. Parker says, I'll pull up from 15. Oh, he can't get it to go down. And it's touched by Dixie out of bounds.
A really smart play by Parker. He goes inside. He's going to get the shot blocked or miss a difficult shot. He pulled up for 10. Even though he didn't hit that, I like that decision.
1:29 to go here on the one-loss scoreboard. Ball goes to Hayren way back in the backcourt. 2-point lead, 34-32. Ball nice backdoor pass, shot up and in the bucket by Jared Frainer. He's in the game, first bucket of the night.
Like I said, big guys don't get a lot of touches on this team, but when they do, they got to make the most of them. That was a layup. Good job by Frainer.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining, bounce to the high post, looking underneath. Nothing there, and finally gives it up on the angle right side to Solo Labrum. Labrum back out, deep three-pointer, no good. Hayren takes away the rebound. Adam Hayren, he'll shoot a three, and he buries it.
Everybody was involved with their guys, trying to figure out who was going where and stuff, and Hayren just stopped and popped.
39-32. 30 seconds remaining. Coach Cup jumped up and said, one shot, guys, one shot.
Well, Corbin Elsie all the way up the court was talking with the one official. I'm not sure what he was mad about because I didn't see anything
I didn't either.
happen, but he was trying to make that referee understand something.
But he was being preoccupied. He gave up a triple. Elsie drives at a reach and a foul with 10 seconds to go. Did they get last on that one? I think they did. Yep. And that's number 3 now on Jackson last. It's in 9th team foul, so a 1-and-1. They say 1-and-1? 2. It was on the shot. So to the line goes Corbin Elsie, and he hits it. Boy, Flyers, nothing else. They've got the free throw shooting. 5 for 5 in the first half. They're 4 out of 6, I guess, now here in the second half. Elsie's got one more coming up. Now they have a lane violation. And what they did is Corbin Elsie, I think, was turned talking to somebody. They threw him the ball, and he grabbed it, and he was standing on the line. He wasn't ready. Usually you think the officials got to watch that. Hayren with 6 seconds to go, and it's stolen away, and a foul, I believe, on Elsie. Or did they call it the other way?
No, they called it on Elsie.
Okay.
But with only 14 fouls, that's a good gamble by Elsie. You can say, look, I'm going to go out there, trying to make a play, see if I can get an easy 2 here late in the half, and not let them get off an easy shot. Got to hurry.
Yep. Got to get a shot off of the half. It's going to be way short, and that's it. Quarter 3 is done. And it's a 6-point lead again for the Tigers. And we take the 1 minute break. 39-33, Hurricane back in a minute.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
We head to quarter number 4, 6-point lead. That means it was 14-14 in that quarter.
Yeah, how about this, Mike, on our Region 9 scoreboard brought to you by Hearst Hardware. Snow Canyon up 2 still. Desert Hills only up 2 on Cedar. And Hurricane here up by 6. We could have 3 upsets in one night. Could it be?
Wow. The Tigers with the ball and the lead. Last up top, starts in, cut off, backs it out, keeps that dribble alive. Got to get rid of the ball, looking for a little bit of help. Turns, fires it out to Hayren. Hayren around a high screen, drives to the right, midway the corner. Now he backs it out. Drive, turn, spin, no shot. They kick it back out. Last from way downtown, in and out, no good. Rebound. Reagan comes up with it, but it's knocked away from behind. Even that wasn't Reagan, that was Frainer.
Yeah, should have gone underhand because the big guy was waiting for him to go overhand. Easy block.
Flyers get down, but the Tigers defense back. And no shot. 7 minutes now to go in the game. Over top to Guyman. Guyman, scoop, no foul.
Tough call. Hurricane can't believe it. Guyman tried the scoop, and they're going to get, I believe, Frainer on the personal. That's the good news, I guess, for Hurricane because he's one of the few guys not in foul trouble.
And that was his first, although that's double bonus now. So for the rest of the way, Flyers will shoot 2. And there's only 5 fouls on Dixie as the shot is up and good. Guyman now 3 out of 4 from the line. Guyman with 5 points in the game. Well off his 12 per game pace. Make it 6. You know, that's what adds to his game so much, and he is a good free throw shooter. Quickly in the forecourt, ball goes to Parker. Drive to the hole, no, but a foul. That's a pretty good move there by Jared Frainer.
Oh, yeah, and you know, I think Guyman had it and actually was going to block that shot, and Sam Stewart came over to help out. And
got dived with the foul, looks like.
So it wasn't Guyman. Like I said, I think Guyman had him covered.
Frainer misses the free throw. Now you start looking at all these little nuances in the game. This is not over by any stretch, and for the Tigers, they need to shoot free throws, and they missed a pair right there.
Yeah, you want to upset the champ, you better make your free throws.
Yep. On the angle, down low, Guyman gets it, tries to come back in, kicks it out, 3 or 2.
That's a 3, Caden Elsie.
So Elsie makes it a 1-point game. And Caden is coming alive here in the second half. Last from way downtown. That was out there.
Not the shot they needed. Dribble, drive, and a 3.
Drive, reverse, layup, good, and the Flyers have the lead.
Just like that, the champs are awake, alive. 40 points on the board, a 1-point lead, 6:12 to go.
Timeout, full break. We will take it on the one-loss scoreboard. It's now Flyers up 40-39. We're back in a minute.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Hi, welcome back to the hangar. 6:07 to go in this one, and the Flyers just took their first lead, I think, of the game. Backside stolen away, all alone. Curtis laying up and in.
T.Y. Curtis making his presence known. A couple of huge baskets in a row, and Dixie's got the lead.
Yeah, no backside help for the Hurricane Tigers. Didn't even know he was there. It's kind of like that backside a backside tackle for a fumble. Now the ball blocked away as Marshall trying to get in underneath, had it blocked out of bounds. And this is what that big, tall Richard Guyman can mean for you. Last drive.
Wow, the crowd thought it was a block shot. He just lost the ball going up on that one.
5:27 to go. It's a 3-point lead for the Flyers. Guyman on the base. Turns, kicks it out. Caden Elsey, double dribble, he got away.
Yeah, that's not legal. It's almost like Dixie knew it and let him have the rebound uncontested. Like, yeah, we screwed up.
Yep. So the Flyers steal once again. Curtis off and running, lays it up and in.
Wow, T.Y. Tyler Curtis. That's a Tyler Curtis 6-0 run, all by his lonesome.
Yeah. Not sure what we have. They stopped play for something. And Hurricane is saying, what's going on? You went out and blew a whistle. Stop play. Why? And no one knows why. But here we go. Trying to get the ball in, get it into Hayren. Hayren's going to go coast to coast. Turn to get it out. And on the head, I think they said, with a little love tap there. That foul on Richard Guyman, his third.
Dixie, so much more energy here in the fourth quarter.
They're a new team, aren't they?
Tapped him right on the head. That's a good call by the official.
So Hayren will step to the line, and again, they got to shoot free throws.
See, he ended up passing it after he got hit. And they say 1-1 instead of 2 shots, but I think he was going to shoot the ball until he got hit.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't matter now that he made it. But
that's the first point of the fourth quarter for the Hurricane Tigers.
Yeah, and they missed 2 free throws. So
Hayren hit the first, coming up, second one. It's on the way, and he got that one. Kind of an unconventional looking shot, but it works. 2-on-1 if they can use it. Drive over top, lay in good. Perfect play to the big guy.
Yeah, alley-oop. Everybody wanted a dunk, but 2 points is 2 points.
Drive and then throwing the ball away as I believe that was Marshall. He took off, and as he started, he kind of lost. He thought, I'll just tip it back to my teammate. Well, he did, but he was the teammate sitting on the bench over there.
A lot of teammates over there. You don't want to tip it to any of them.
Yeah. 4:30 to go in the game. 46-41, 5-point lead for the undefeated Dixie Flyers, trying to maintain that one here tonight over a very tenacious Hurricane Tiger team. Now a little different look by Dixie. Trying to pull the Tigers out. Null them to sleep, and they did, and the 3 out of the corner is good. Flinders.
Another stoppage of play. I think Curtis and a couple of maybe Jackson last time up on the Hurricane offensive end got into it a little bit. I think Curtis and somebody else got into it this time around. The official wants to talk with his partners about what's going on.
Yeah, and so it's kind of an unofficial timeout here as both teams take advantage of the opportunity to talk. The officials are still talking.
Did you look at the score, Mike?
8-point lead.
Just like that for Dixie.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the beginning of this quarter, and Hurricanes got a 6-point. They're at 39-33. They're in charge of this game. All they have to do is take care of the basketball and hit some shots, and they have not taken care of the basketball. They've missed free throws. They've missed the shot. Richard Guyman's getting kind of blocking everything in there, and it's a 16-2 run.
Yeah,
it's a
unbelievable.
16-2 run.
We kept saying, and all through the game, and we knew it because both of these teams have the capability of having a big run. It happened to be the Flyers, and it happened to be right now. Now, I'm not sure again what's going on. 6 players on the court, so it's a technical. That's what was
a
going
live
on.
ball. It was a live ball. Wasn't even on a free throw or anything.
Huh. That's
I think
call.
maybe someone on the bench got a little too excited and came out on the floor celebrating Flinders 3.
Shot is up and good. And boy, I tell you, that's 11 points for Josh Parker, but it's the first since the opening moments of the second half. 49-43. The lead is 6. 2 free throws. Parker, they'll also have the ball after the technical foul. Hayron will trigger it in. Looks to Last, does get it into him. Last has cannon die all over and give it up deep in the corner. Kick it back out all along. 3-pointer. Shooter's bounce, down it goes. Reagan Marshall.
Oh, it was Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that tee could end up changing this game. It's a 3-point game now.
3:38 to go. Again, the Flyers almost going to a 4-corner. Not almost, they are.
Well, they love to do this.
Yep.
They love to milk the clock and then try to isolate, get a man one-on-one with no help around the basket, and they're good at it.
Yeah.
And they oftentimes will get a guy drive to the basket. The center has to go help, and that leaves Guyman open for a dunk.
Caden Elsey going to be charged with an offensive foul. So the ball will be turned over with 3:10 to go. And just a 3-point ball game.
Pretty easy call, actually.
I agree with that one.
The only way you can keep Dixie from doing the 4 corners and milking the clock as the ball's tipped out of bounds is to have the lead on them. They'll do it if they're tied. They'll do it if they're ahead by a little bit. And so Hurricane, very important they score here.
Let's see. Substitution trying to get into the game. He will. That's Stewart. Stewart in. Flinders out. 3:02 to go in the game. 49-46 Flyers. They get the ball in to Marshall. Marshall flips it over to Hayron. Hayron drives, penetrates, scoop it up and in.
Nice drive, and they had the Guyman pinched on the far side, so no big guy help coming over.
Back to a 1-point ball game. They want Guyman low, can't get it to him. Caden Elsey crashes in, no harm, no foul. 3-pointer off the mark, short. Run out, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Flyers.
Should have been a foul.
Yeah, it would. In fact, knowing that was Nate Benn. He's got to go over and apologize for removing his nose and 3 teeth. Smacked him hard.
T.Y. Curtis over says the official. Didn't you see that? Watch right here. Whacked him right in the face. And the ref was standing right in front of it. How did you not see that? Maybe he was shielded by the ball. I don't know.
2:30 to go in the game. 1-point lead. Flyers. They bring it out again, and they go to that 4-corner.
I got a lot of friends who say high school needs a shot clock, and this is why. This kind of offense.
Now you think about it. Yeah, if you want to push the play, but if you want to win, this isn't a bad way to do it.
Oh, no. You can't criticize Coach Cuff for running this offense.
Right.
It's been very successful for him late in games all season long.
All right, 1-point game, 49-48. T.Y. Curtis started the drive, cut off. Now he backs it out. 1:50 to go. In the game is Cuff. Ball nearly stolen, but saved. Back to Cuff. Now to Caden Elsey. Down to 1:42 remaining.
They milked a minute and 10 since that last bucket, that bucket by Hayron.
Yep.
Minute 15 now.
And now they're just standing there. And, you know, from the Tigers' perspective, you're only 1 down. Okay, guys, you want to put everything on 1 shot.
Who do you foul? Eventually you're going to have to foul.
Caden Elsey starts to drive. They double him out to Cuff.
I think I might foul Cuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player and probably a very good shooter, but he's also a sophomore.
1 minute, 10 seconds to go. 49-48. Caden Elsey drives, feed it off. The big guy is fouled. Goes down hard.
That's the other guy you're going to foul, too. Yeah. Don't let Guyman lay or dunk there. Send him to the line. They foul him hard. He's okay. Nothing dirty about that.
That's number 4 on Nate Ben. 2 free throws coming up.
With all due respect to what you said a moment ago about Guyman being a good free throw shooter, he's not a great free throw shooter. He's about a 60% guy.
He's making me look a little better there.
Nothing makes me happier, though, to see the big fella hit free throws.
Guyman is 5 out of 6 tonight. It's a 2-point game. Tigers were yelling at each other. They were just getting positions on what to do if. Short, no good. Lead is 2 as Guyman couldn't get the second one to fall. Last one's a timeout. Finally got the official to understand what he was asking for. So we're just under a minute to go. It's a full break. We'll take it. 1 minute. We'll be back. 50-48 Flyers.
Hey Dixie State fans, Carrick Stegmiller here. We've got a new athletic identity. We're building an all-new set and a brand new show lineup is in store, all coming up this fall. Follow us on Facebook at Trailblazer Weekly to keep up with the latest Dixie State athletic news. It's Trailblazer Weekly, the all-new show, every Thursday at noon on CEC TV and SouthernUtahLive.com.
Is a good day to be alive in the STG. You want to watch your mind?
I could not believe he didn't. Southern Utah's connection to the world of sports is Sports Radio 97.7 ESPN. Southern Utah's home for the best in sports includes local and high school games, Dixie State University, the NBA's new look, Utah Jazz, plus the best of the National Football League with the worldwide presence of ESPN to the Devin Dixon Show every afternoon from 4 to 6.
Real quick score update for you, Mike. Brought to you by Hearst-Ace Hardware. After 3, Pineview 37, Snow Canyon 33. There at the Jungle Screech. Dylan Henderson leading the way for Pineview.
Wow. All right, we've got under a minute to go. It's a 2-point game, 50-48 Flyers. They give it up, drive, hang, shot. No good in the rebound to the Flyers.
And ball
call.
Sam Stewart can't believe it. He said, that's a reach, but that's the same call we saw at the other end about half an hour ago.
The good news is for Seth, they have the ball with 42 seconds to go. That wasn't a bad look for Parker.
No, he just tried to get too cute with the shot blocker there.
Ball is punched, nearly stolen away, but taken by the Flyers. Curtis into the forecourt. Now you got to keep the pressure on.
Trap him. You got to trap.
Yep. And they come after him. There's a reach, and Haywood will get the foul. And to the line goes Caden Elsie, who is 2 for 2 tonight.
That's not bad, really. Not a bad play.
And gives you enough time, too, 29 seconds to get something at the other end. To the line, Caden Elsie. 9 points in the game, make it 10 points in the game.
He and Curtis and Stewart, this guy's going to make free throws. Those guys are just good shooters.
And they feel so comfortable at the line.
How many thousands have they shot at that very basket he's looking at right now?
Yeah. And that one comes out of there, no good. For the rebound and to the Tigers. Tigers with the ball in the forecourt last.
Don't have to have a three, but you do have to hurry.
Well, they're trying to set something up, but they're taking all the time to set it up. Last in the corner to Marshall. Marshall, we got a timeout. Yeah, that was a good call by the coach.
Yeah, Coach Langston said, this ain't working. We got to set something up. It was ugly, to be quite honest.
Yeah, let's keep it here. We don't want to miss any of the action with only 8.4 seconds and a 3-point lead right now to the Flyers. And they are that close to seeing their first loss of the season. However, they are the team that's 3 up right now.
Our buddy Chris Holmes is live on Periscope with the finish of the Desert Hills Cedar game. The problem is he hasn't given anybody a score. All we know is they're coming out of a timeout, and it could be a very good finish between Desert Hills and Cedar. Chris, give us a score, buddy.
What a night we're seeing in Region 9, just when I kind of thought I had it all figured out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Every game, though, tonight close, and you love to see that, and you kind of feel like That's how it's going to be the rest of the way.
There you go. As we go down the stretch, this is where they really, really count. All right, we set it up. 51-48, Flyers with the lead. 8.4 seconds remaining, and Tigers with the ball. Now, obviously, a 3 would tie. I think your point's well taken. You don't really need a 3, but I'm thinking they're going to go for one.
They waited so long.
Yeah.
It's not the NBA where you call timeout and get it at the end of the court. They waited so long. I think now you do have to shoot a 3. Don't shoot an ugly one.
Yeah.
Rather have a layup than an ugly 3, but you got to shoot a 3.
Looking to get it in. They finally do to Reagan Marshall. Marshall holds on for Last. Last has got to shoot a way long 3, and it's off the mark. And that may be it. In fact, that is it. Flyers hang on and get the victory. 51-48. But I'll tell you what, Dixie, they're going to come out of this one saying, we know we were in a game tonight. And kudos to Coach Langston and the Hurricane Tigers.
Love to see on the video here the student section, the fight song, this strong blue student section who supported their team. And what a great ball game and game plan put together by these Hurricane Tigers. I think Coach Langston got his guys ready to play. Like I said, I think they actually played better on the road. They hit a couple of 3s here or there in the fourth quarter, and it's a different finish. But bottom line is, how about those Dixie Flyers? 28 victories in a row. They're 19-0 this season.
All right, we're going to take a 90-second break. We'll come back. We'll name the honors in tonight's game. Take a look at some of the stats and see if we have finals.
Yeah, some highlights.
All right, and we'll have the highlights. That's coming up after this 90-second timeout.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know? My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
All right, welcome back once again to the hangar here at Dixie High School. Again, our final here, 3-point victory for the Dixie Flyers, 51-48. We certainly appreciate Johnson Pediatric for the post game, but do we have any, first of all, updates on scores, Andy?
We do not. Pineview's up 4 after 3. That game was tracking behind us, so they're about a quarter behind us. And I've not seen anything on Cedar and Desert Hills lately. I heard it was coming right down to the end, though. But, boy, what a great effort by Hurricane Tigers. In fact, let's take a look at the highlights from the second half of this game. As we appreciate Marcus and the guys in the truck bringing them to you. T.Y. Curtis just got it going in the second half, didn't he? Especially the fourth quarter.
Yeah. He's the difference. He's the difference in the game.
Big three out of the corner by Parker, and then Jackson last from the top of the key. Hurricane hanging tight. How about the block shot by Nate Benn?
I like
Get that garbage out of here, but Curtis again.
That's
reverse
right.
layup. Playing Flinders, I guess. But I think these block shots by Guyman really were key in this game. Tigers, again, staying close with the three-point shot, but Dixie answering right back.
Yeah, that last deep three from the corner, that was set up by that four-corner offense.
And that was the steal where he reached around behind, tapped it away from Jackson Last, I think it was, and then went all the way for two. And T.Y. Curtis, how much did he end up with in the fourth quarter, Mike? Because he had a great second half.
Yeah, we only had 3 buckets in the fourth quarter, but he had all 11 points in the second half. He was scoreless at the half. So
great effort by T.Y. We go late into the game. Hayron with the scoop shot inside to get him close. I was kind of hoping we'd cue up that last 3-point shot by, I don't know if you still have that, Marcus, the very last 3-point try by Jackson Last. Hurricane got it with 20 seconds to go. They worked the ball around and just seemed uncomfortable. So Coach Langston didn't want to do this, had to take a timeout with 8 seconds to go. Still tried to work a shot off. I think they were trying to get Parker on a screen, but that was blown up by Dixie. So it came into Marshall. He was guarded by Guy. No way he was getting a shot off. They finally go to Last, who dribbles around a little bit and then flings up a prayer from about 25, and it was not
there. It
answered.
is right there.
Yeah, in heavy traffic.
And he actually, I mean,
hit the rim.
Came pretty close, but pretty close doesn't count in this one. So,
Thank you, Marcus.
Yeah, appreciate that. Let's take a look at the honors in tonight's game, and then we'll have some stats to follow that. But first of all, our DATS Trucking player of the game, and I'm going to go from Mr. T.Y. Curtis. I just think he's the guy that he had 11 points. That ties him with actually Cam Flinders for high points for Dixie. They had 3 players in double figures, but I thought that little spurt, he took over, and for that little 6-0 run, I think it made the difference. It set the Flyers up. It kind of put the Tigers on notice, and they held on. They held on for the 3-point win.
Region 9 update brought to you by Hearst Hardware. It's Desert Hills up by 1 with 32 seconds left in that basketball game. It's a Thunder 53, the Cedar Redmond 52. That game's up in Cedar City.
Yeah.
Redmond trying to make themselves a playoff team, but they got their work cut out for them. They're a game behind Hurricane right now in 5th place and got to get up to 4th place. So, but a win at home against D Hills would be huge.
Amen. All right. Again, DATS Trucking player of the game tonight, Ty Curtis. He averages 7, got 11, and that 6-0 run in the fourth quarter really, I think, again, set up Dixie Flyers, got him in the lead, kept him there, and then his tenacious defense was as much as anything.
Yeah, and I want to, kind of an honorable mention, and maybe on Hurricane's side, I thought Graydon Cahoon came in and did some really good things in the second quarter and got things. Remember, Dixie had caught up at 19,
right?
And Cahoon basically put the team on his back, gave a 6-0 run to end the half and give Hurricane that 6-point lead at the break, but they could not finish.
And Cahoon did not score in the second half, Andy. He ended up with those 3 buckets all right in a row, and he ended up with 6 points on the night. All right, what do you think as far as our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game tonight?
Well, I kind of like, in a game like this, you have to go down to the end, and there were 2 things. First of all, that kind of theft by T.Y. Curtis that ended up leading to that's part of a 16-2 Hurricane run. Dixie run that got them the lead, and then I thought maybe just the defense on the last play of the game, where you had Guyman running out, you had defense by Cannon Dye out there to try to stop Jackson Last from getting a clean look.
So wait, going to the defense there, are you?
I would, yeah. I like the defense.
They did a great job. All right, that's fine. I think that was a big part of the game tonight. And our super sub of the game.
Camden Flinders, huh?
Yeah, I think that's kind of there. Flinders ended up the night with 11 points. He hit 3 triples, 1 bucket for his 11 points in the ball game. So congratulations to Cam Flinders for that. So there's the honors in tonight's game. We certainly appreciate, again, our great sponsors. And tell you what, we're going to take a break. I think we'll end our TV broadcast here. We'll come back and do one final break tonight here on this one as we wrap it up from Dixie. The final again was 51-48. Radio will be back in 60.